Hello everyone for OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter and welcome to another edition of Face-to-Face and a little change of pace today. Instead of our usual co-host, Sir Lynskey in England, we've decided to go out to the west coast of the United States, and my co-host for this edition will be Sir Nigel McGuinness. Welcome to...
A step up from Sir Lynskey.
Yes,
for sure.
You are now the official co-host for this particular edition there. You are the guest co-host. Welcome. We're glad to have you, Nigel.
Nice to be here.
Now, I mentioned at the onset here that you moved out to California. Why did you move out to the West Coast?
Well, I'm making this documentary now. I've got the funding for it. Huge thanks to everybody that pledged money and supported me thus far. We got up to about 48,000 in the end, Bill. I was looking for
$48,000.
Yeah. I was looking for 1,000 backers, and we got about 1,050 in the end. So I was blown away. I will forever be humbled by the support by so many people, that pledged money. Some that only pledged, $3 or $4 because that was all they could afford. But even that really touched me deep down. So. Got the money now, and now I'm out here, and I'm going to be making a documentary. So I've got to make the contact. I've got to learn how to edit. I've got to learn how to distribute it after the fact. How to make the DVDs, all that sort of stuff.
Wait a minute. Maybe you can get some volunteers to do that too.
Well, I've had a lot of people volunteer and offer their services. The trouble is, most of them aren't based in LA, and the ones that are obviously can't, volunteer all their time. So it's like, if you can meet me at this time and this place, and to be honest with you, I mean, I've got to do this 24/7. It's gonna, I've got to really commit to it. So
that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, where can fans go if there are still fans who want to think about joining the Nigel McGuinness bandwagon here? What is that site, Nigel?
It's called Kickstarter.com, but I'll be honest with you, the funding deadline ended on Sunday night.
Okay.
And so it's too late now.
But we can follow along, correct?
Yeah, you can still follow on. You can follow the updates and keep up to date with where I am in the project and everything else like that. But as far as actually pledging money, that finished on Sunday night. So everybody that's going to get the first run DVDs, they're already in the bank, so to speak.
Okay. And we every few weeks. With your permission, of course, we'd like to have you on face-to-face here and track the progress.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we'd love to do that. So let's go back now to WrestleMania weekend. Wanted to talk to you about some of the things that have gone on in the business recently. First of all, let's talk about Ring of Honor and the big show that they ran also, of course, on WrestleMania weekend.
Yeah. Well, huge shows, I've been on those, I think 3 or 4 of those, ever since Ring of Honor started running, I was on those and started off earlier in the card, and by the end of it, I was in the main event most of the times, and such a huge show for Ring of Honor because people were there from all over the world. We had people from New Zealand, Australia, Germany, pretty much all the countries that were there to watch WrestleMania. Someone came to watch Ring of Honor as well, so it's a fantastic weekend of shows. It was just, there was one of the things, this is what I tell people about Ring of Honor when they say, why watch Ring of Honor? The truth of the matter is, you have to excuse me, but I've got a blocked nose as well.
That's okay, that's okay.
So when people talk about Ring of Honor and they say, why should we watch it? I try to explain that people in Ring of Honor are given a chance that arguably in WWE and TNA, they're not given. Not because they're just not given a chance, but because when you're in a multinational company like WWE and to a lesser extent TNA, you have tight restrictions on what you can do, in terms of being on TV and pay-per-view. And in Ring of Honor, we have much more free reign, so it gives younger guys an opportunity to step up and really move to the next level. And that was what Michael Elgin did at the last show we ran in the WrestleMania weekend. It was him and Davey Richards.
Yeah.
And they were going on last, and it'd been, kind of a long show, and a few technical difficulties here and there. But they went out there, and Bill, by the end of the match, because I was doing colour commentating, by the end of the match, I was stood up, I was clapping, I was screaming, and I'm normally a laid-back sort of guy, but it just got me that much. You know what I mean? I mean, we all remember those sort of matches, whatever it was. where for those short moments, like, you know, your suspense of disbelief worked 100%. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It was really a magical moment. I almost had tears in my eyes just because I realised just how special it was. I've had a few of those matches in my career.
Yeah, good wrestling, good pro wrestling match.
Yeah, and it's not just that it was the match, it was the crowd as well. The crowd were into it. Every single person there watching was part of something special, and that's really magic.
Well, that's great. That's good. Who do you, if I could put you on the spot and ask you who the one major superstar this year so far, I mean, we're in April, the year is not that far gone, but who would the one or two stars that you see that are really making an impression?
Well, Elgin's, you got to put Elgin on the map straight away. You know, he really made himself in that match, and now it's up to him to follow up with that. And I think he's definitely going to have the opportunity. Mike Mondo is someone that had a great match with Matt Taven as well on one of the TV shows. Much in the same sort of thing. They went out there to have a TV match, and I'm not sure anyone really expected, you know, tremendous things out of it. I'm sure it was going to be a good match, but for whatever reason, it just clicked, you know. I mean, Mike's been around for a long time. He's a hell of a hand, a great professional wrestler. But just in that match with Taven, he's a great up-and-comer, you know. He's got a great look. He can really work in the ring as well. And I think given the opportunity, he can do great things there. There's so many guys there now. Ciampa, you know, is a guy that's just one step away from that top rung.
Right,
and then you've got the Briscoes. I mean, the Briscoes just get better and better. When you can't think they get any better, you know what I mean?
You know, you're right. You're right. I've seen the Briscoes wrestle a zillion times. Really, they've been around a while. And just when you think you've seen their best performance, their best work in the ring, they top it the next time you see them.
Yeah,
they're amazing. Going to put you on the spot with one other thing here now. Of course, we're just talking about the wrestling business, or sports entertainment business as well. The Brock Lesnar coming back after so many years to the WWE. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, it's certainly good for the short term. I don't think anybody could disagree with that. You know, I didn't watch it. I watched WWE, unfortunately. I heard about it and saw a lot of stuff about it online, and you know, he's a guy who's done it all, and I don't think it could be anything but good business for WWE. It just depends. You know, like a lot of times when you sort of walk into something, it's what you follow up with. You know, they had something with Punk last summer. In my mind, they've got something great with Dragon, obviously, and some of the other guys as well. But I think definitely for the short term, you know, I think everybody. We'll see who follows him back from UFC, you know. I mean, a lot of the wrestling fans followed him to UFC. You wonder how many UFC fans are going to follow him back to WWE.
Yeah, that would be very interesting to see if they actually do that. Nigel, I want to thank you for you co-hosting at this point right now. Now, as you know, each time Sir Lynskey does it, we press the button to go somewhere else. So I wonder if you can hit that button right now, and let's go to the United Kingdom and to our special guest, who's got a lot of news for us as well, Sir Lynskey. Would you mind hitting that button, please?
Which button do I press?
Right in front of you there. Just press it. Just pick the finger up and press. That's it. You hit the button. Okay, Sir Nigel McGuinness has hit the button, and our special guest today is Sir Lynskey. Welcome. And as you can see, we had Sir Nigel McGuinness as the special co-host today because we wanted to talk to you without you being a co-host today.
Indeed.
So welcome back to Face-to-Face, Sir Lynskey.
Thank you, Sir William. How are you? And
by the way, I'm good, thank you. We will have our regular reports from Mr. Matthias in Germany and Platinum Scott Bell all the way out there in Australia in the next few weeks. It's just been a crazy time. We haven't had time to take.
It's been so crazy, hasn't it, the last few weeks? It's been horrendous.
I want to talk to you...
horrendous in a good way.
Well, before we go back to the past here, what I want to do is your take on Brock Lesnar and the WWE.
Wow. Big comeback.
Yeah, but what do you...
Big comeback. And it's very 50-50 as well, because like a lot of people are liking the fact that Brock's back, but I mean, a few people I've spoken to are like not too keen on the idea, but I think it'll do good business.
Yeah, I think for the business, It's a great move. Did they put him with the right guy, having him attack John Cena?
I think it's about time they fully changed Cena into the full turn heel, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't think this is going to do it.
No, I don't.
So I don't know. You know, if you really look about it from a business standpoint, Sir Lynskey, all the merchandising that the kids are going for with John Cena, I just, you know, as much as the Cena haters are there, the kids, the Cena lovers are still there.
He sells so much merchandise.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he's like Johnny Storm, isn't he?
Johnny Storm, yes. He watches our show each time. Okay, let's rewind a little bit further. You were the one of the special guests at the TNA Impact Party in London a few weeks ago.
That was quite cool. A busy party. A few celebrity names like Douglas Williams was there.
Yes.
There were a few Skype calls as well. Jeff Jarrett, the brother of Abyss, Joe Parks.
Yes.
Yeah, he made an appearance on Skype. Obviously, JB Jeremy Borash was the host, and there was a few English people who watched The Chase, which is a TV program here in England. David, who's one of the chasers, he was there, and a guy from Big Brother from a couple of years ago, Luke, he was there as well. So it was a mixture.
Yeah, there were a lot of people. I know.
Yeah, I managed to take a couple of pictures of me. Obviously, if we.
Yeah. We're gonna. That's obvious, and a lot of people, a lot of the wrestlers and stuff you talked to in the last few weeks have been watching us.
Yeah, they like the show. They tune in each week.
Well, like I said, we'll be back to our regular format, hopefully next week. And one of the other things that I wanted to mention to you real quickly, or to ask you about, the Brit WrestleFest went over really well, didn't it?
Wow, yeah, an amazing crowd came out to support Great Ormond Street Hospital. Sorry, speaking over my words there. Yeah, it was a really good show. I refereed 2 matches on the card. The Pro Wrestling Eve Women's Championship match, which has seen a new champion crowned, Just Jazzy. So yeah, she is now the Pro Wrestling Eve Ladies Champion.
Yeah. I got an email after people saw this week's Monday Night Raw. I got an email saying that Sir Lynskey looks like Curly, the new guy from the Three Stooges. Do you do a Curly imitation?
Maybe.
Let me see. Can you can you hit us up? That's too good. Never mind. They miscast the Curly part. One thing I want to talk to you about, because a few people have talked about that they've seen you referee, and I'm going to ask Nigel McGuinness, our co-host for this week. Gotcha. Our co-host this week. I'm going to ask him the same question. What makes a good referee?
A good referee,
what's the
in my mind, is obviously the referee's there, but he's not necessarily seen.
Invisible.
Okay. You know,
right.
Until he needs to be seen.
Well, we're gonna leave momentarily, and we're gonna go back to Sir Nigel McGuinness. But I wanted to get you on here real quickly tonight to let the fans know we'll be back with our regular format in the next week or two with reports from all over the world.
That's also, and I'll be back to my my co-host job.
Oh yeah, well Nigel doesn't get the job. The job was never up, but he couldn't find the button.
Really?
He couldn't find the button, so I'm going to ask you right now to press the correct button so we can go back to Sir Nigel McGuinness. Would you mind doing that? Hit it. We got it. Let's try. And there he was, the one and only Sir Lynskey. What'd you think?
As I live and breathe, he's a legend in his own mind.
Yeah, he's a hell of a referee, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. If you don't think so, just ask him, he'll tell you.
Yeah, he will tell you, but you've really got to be, no matter, what, the referee is so important in the matches, and so many of the fans just overlook the referee, but isn't that the most important thing, with the referee being invisible?
Yeah, well, Todd Sinclair, I was interviewing him for the documentary, and a great referee is invisible until he's needed, and then when he's needed, he has to obviously step up and fill that
Yeah,
position. So,
yeah.
yeah,
And you can tell Sir Lynskey's invisible when he's needed. Boy, he really makes his presence known.
yes, he does.
All right, Nigel, I want to thank you for co-hosting once again. And as I always say, for Nigel McGuinness and Bill Apter, we'll see you at the matches.